Aston Villa 1, Manchester City 0, no win in 4 for Pep Guardiola's men. And it was only 1-0, but it was a flattering 1-0. They were battered, they were destroyed, they were absolutely ripped to shreds. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. And my boys tonight, Manchester United, we pick up 3 points. I wanted to win this game so badly. I want the amount of people that just said we would not win. It was impossible. I doubt this manager. I doubt this team. I doubt the direction my club is going in, but I want to be wrong. I want to win games. And it was a response tonight. It was a top performance from Manchester United. We should have been 4, 5, 6 goals clear. I've seen nobody, barring when City scored 4, cut through Chelsea with such simplistic ease. If our final ball or finishing was better tonight, it would have been a massacre. It would have been, do you know what I mean? It would have been a baptism. It would have been a circumcision with no anesthetic. Chelsea got put in a spliff. City got absolutely sliced and diced tonight. And of course, Liverpool, a solid 2-0 win away at Sheffield United, kind of gone under the radar a little bit tonight because the other games came after. They closed the gap on Arsenal. What a title race we have. We're here for the next hour or so, so make sure you stay with the Football Terrace. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you are subscribing to the Football Terrace as well. And we are going to talk about all these news, but I've got a little message here for Chelsea's Don. I've got a little message here for man like Don. Sit back, ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy. If you lose to Man United, will you say you're in a crisis then?
If we lose to Man United, someone upstairs is getting us a serious backhand, bro. I'm telling you, because there's no way we should be losing to you lot.
So will you be in a crisis then?
If we lose to United, we're in a fucking crisis.
Okay.
Oh, Jesse, boss a win you. In blue we stand, united we rise. The Banthas they throw, we are rising again. No matter the cost, give us a win, yo. Give us a win, yo. In blue we stand, united we rise. No more defeats. Let's break down these doors. Justice rising up. We will stand tall. Together we fight. We conquer all.
If we lose to United, we're in a fucking crisis.
Okay.
Look, I had to put it up. I had to put it out there. I had to put it out there. He said it. He left himself wide open to that one. He really, really did. But loads to talk about tonight. And I am going to start with my club, Manchester United, because I love them and I'm biased. So you're going to have to put up with that. It's as simple and as straightforward as you like. And I don't want to say this because it doesn't matter what I think of my club. It doesn't matter what I think of the manager. I always want us to win. I always want to be wrong if I think something negative about the club. I wanted a response after what has been a really poor week. And Manchester United gave that tonight. Manchester United, from the first whistle, were excellent. The only element of criticism I would give this team is this, and I want to get the negativity out the way. We were twice caught on the counter, and I think both times come from Delo being caught in an off playing Chelsea onside. Nicholas Jackson had the ball squared to him, should have scored. Mudryk had a chance and should have scored. And their goal, the second negative is that their goal, I think Onana was a little bit too stuck in the mud. It was a weak shot. He should have saved it. All that was very good skill from Palmer. I watched the replay a few times and he should have done that. Outside of that, Manchester United dominated the midfield. The £250 million midfield of Manchester City's was dominated by McTominay and Amrabat. Amrabat putting in the type of performance I expected to see from him at Manchester United. Defensively, especially Shaw and Maguire in the second half, they were amazing. Our fullbacks from an offensive point of view were great. If if I'm going to be nitpicky about our attackers, our final ball was off far too regularly today. What does Højlund have to do to get a ball played to him in that 6-yard box that he can tap in? Genuinely, honestly, if Højlund was playing for Chelsea, they'd have scored 2 or 3 goals tonight because he'd finished those, in my personal opinion. But overall, we were great. I've praised Chelsea so much this season, especially against the big teams. The way they've cut through them, the way they've dominated the ball, the way they've been calculated and measured. Manchester United were by far the best team, and it was the response I would want to see from my football club. I was proud of the overarching performance. Yes, there's areas to improve on. I'm not getting gassed and thinking, we're back, we're going to challenge for the title. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But as an isolated performance, it was great. I thought Bruno Fernandes' work rate, his leadership, phenomenal. I thought Anthony, barring the fact he should use his right foot a bit more, there's areas to pull on. I thought his performance was very good. Amrabat I've mentioned. And look, Scott McTominay, he isn't the most gifted football player in the world. I don't expect that from him. But what he's now doing in terms of picking up and scoring these goals, long may that continue if he's going to play. But I actually thought his performance today as a midfielder away from the goals was absolute quality. And I actually wrote down this mad amount of notes. I don't know if you can see this when I focus in. The amount of chances we had in this game. We missed a penalty, which I do think was a penalty. Højlund chance saved by Sanchez. Garnacho's chance saved by Sanchez. Sorry, blocked by Cucurella. Anthony's attempt on the 14th minute saved. Anthony on the 18th minute going in, blocked by Silva. Then there was McTominay's goal. Garnacho put a great cross, just missed by the toe of Højlund for a tap-in. The double shots from McTominay, that's only 32 minutes in the second half, okay? McTominay header on the 63rd minute. Another attempt, then the goal come after that. McTominay could have got a hat-trick and he missed it. Garnacho went through one-on-one on goal and should have scored. It should have been a battering tonight. Even if you give Chelsea, all 3 of their goals that were really good chances, it should have been 7-3. They were absolutely sliced and diced today, Chelsea. And do you know what I want to put that down to? Firstly, Man United were very good in a lot of areas, and there's big praise there. They missed Gallagher. I'm going to let Staffy cook this when he comes on, but he said they would miss the athleticism, and they hugely missed the athleticism of him. That midfield of Chelsea's tonight was nothing short of embarrassing. Enzo and Caicedo, $250 million. $250 million. And they were absolutely bodied. They were absolutely run through. But Amrabat and McTominay. Maybe there is a hoodoo when it comes to Chelsea playing at Old Trafford. 11 years now it will be going into next season without a victory there. But they were absolutely taken apart, in my personal opinion. And I want to understand what Chelsea fans think about that. I want to understand and get Chelsea fans' opinions on that. Why was it so bad? Because it was absolutely, fundamentally horrendous from them. But I don't want to take away from Man United because we were so good in large areas. I've already nitpicked. Could have been more clinical, and we shouldn't have got caught the way we did. We shouldn't have been so open in the first half. The second half, for me, but we needed more goals to make it a 10 out of 10 performance. But I thought overall, that's about as perfect as it gets in the second half. We barely let them in. They barely had opportunities. We weren't being caught on the break. We were winning the balls back. We were winning second balls. We just didn't finish our dinner as many times as we should have done. If we walk in 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, that reflects the performance. But overall, as I say, I was very, very impressed with Manchester United today. Chelsea, look, you're a team that I think is on the up. You're a team that I think is going to improve. But Man United are on their knees. Man United already have 10 defeats this season. Man United have been written off by everybody. Man United have got journalists banned from the football club. We have senior players who are now being removed from the squad. We have a player who's not allowed to eats his lunch out of a lunchbox in the car park. We have our star poster boy dropped from the team because he doesn't want to track back. We have an imbalanced midfield. We have 2 players starting that the manager wanted out of the club last year. We have like a 3rd, 4th choice left back starting in Reguilon. We have a goalkeeper We have a goalkeeper with wrists that are made from pompadoms. We have a midfield that can't control games and can't hold the ball. We have an erratic number 10 and captain. We have a striker who hasn't scored goals all year. We have Anthony, who's called a fidget spinner, and young Garnacho that scores some great goals, but is so far from the finished article, it's unbelievable. For you to come to Old Trafford in the context of that, not stand up, not make yourselves be counted, be bullied in every single area of the pitch, walk away probably thinking we're lucky it was only 2-1. It's an embarrassment for Chelsea tonight. And each and every single one of those players owes your fans an apology. They owe you a massive sorry. They owe you a huge, gargantuan piece of groveling. Your money back if you paid for tickets tonight. It was that poor from Chelsea when you factor in every single element that's going wrong at Man United. That's why Chelsea fans were licking their lips. That is why rival fans said it was done and over. That is why Man United were wristling. Do you know, I saw the stats come up on the screen during the game. When the match was at about 65 minutes just before we got our second goal, the bookmakers put the odds up. More people were betting on Chelsea to win than Man United. Chelsea were still the favourites at 1-1 about 60 odd minutes into the game at Old Trafford. And they did nothing. And I do think there needs to be a conversation about Enzo. I do think there needs to be a conversation about Caicedo as well. Now, panel's coming very, very soon. It's going to be a busy night tonight, so stay with us. Stay with us. I need to speak about the City game. I need to speak about this. It was hard to watch it because I had Liverpool on this screen, United in front of me, and my focus is always going to be my club more so than anybody else. I was watching that game, though. They had 2 shots in really quick succession, City, in very, very early in the first half. Very early. It was double shot, double save. Brilliant from Martinez. City didn't have a shot since from that point. From 11 minutes in, Manchester City did not have a shot. Shocking. That is horrendous. That is embarrassing. Embarrassing. They were... Listen, people in the comments are saying it. Rodri FC. Rodri FC. Rodri FC. I'm inclined to say right now there's such an element of truth to that. You remove him from this team and the spine falls apart. Well, the body falls apart. He's a spine. I thought the spine was more than just him, but he's so integral. Yes, no Grealish, no Doku. You didn't have that quality on the left-hand side and or from the bench coming on. I understand that. But still, and I know Villa Park is a fortress right now. Leon Bailey tonight. Luis tonight. So many performances. Tillemans. The quality that Unai Emery has injected into this Aston Villa team is sublime. And it deserves praise. It deserves applause. It needs to be studied. Because what he is doing there, by the way, look at the league table. They are 3rd in the league. The league table never lies. It never lies at all. In terms of who the best teams are. I may not say who the best performers are, but the best teams. They sit there on 32 points. City are now 4th. And I want to take nothing away from Aston Villa. They battered City like an Ian Beale codfish. 22 attempts on goal to 2. They almost had the same amount of possession of them. This City team tonight, they're like a bunch of boys. A bunch of boys playing against men, lost, no idea what to do, losing their heads. And it's 4 games without a win. 3 points from a possible 12. Arsenal now sitting 6 points clear. Liverpool, 4 points clear. Villa, 2 points clear. And from an Aston Villa point of view, they were at home on Saturday to Arsenal. Home on Saturday to Arsenal. They win that. Arsenal stay top unless Liverpool win. Of course, Liverpool can go top. We'll get on to Liverpool. But Villa could put themselves 1 point off of top potentially. Going under the radar. They have been immense. They have been immense. But what you cannot do is look beyond the problems that currently exist at Manchester City. Because they've got problems. I think they've overall bought poorly in the summer. Kovacic, He ain't that good. Good technically, but he isn't that good. Matheus Nunes isn't that good. They've let Cole Palmer go, who was the shining light for Chelsea again tonight. Could have done with him in their team today. I'm looking at that team. You know, this idea of, moving the centre-backs into the midfield, maybe it's been worked out. Pep's got to rethink again. Now, we know Pep's a great. He isn't just one of the best managers ever. He's one of the greats. He's a pioneer. And I'm sure he's going to get this fixed at some point. However, looking at this team that went out there and played today, surely you could, 2 centre-backs playing in midfield. Taking the piss. In my personal opinion, he's taking the piss there. When you've got Matheus Nunes on the bench, when you've got Kovacic on the bench, why are they not starting? That tells me that he and the club collectively have made bad signings. Why are you not starting them? Horrendous. Really, really horrendous from Pep and Man City at the moment. And look, with what they've won and what they've achieved and the accolades that they have, sorry, my wire's hanging down, it's annoying me, a bit of OCD. They're not going to be criticised like like a Ten Hag or like an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or like Unai Emery was at Arsenal because he's so decorated in the game. But criticism still must be had. Do you know what's funny? Hamza said a few weeks ago that they need to spend more and buy more. And everyone laughed at him, but he's right. Dr. Hamza, Professor Hamza, is correct about this. They have a very weak squad with Gundogan leaving and Mahrez leaving, with KDB being out injured. Who is coming to replace them are not up to scratch. They're a level below. And it's weird to say this because City invariably don't make these mistakes, and they have. Now, when you look at Manchester City, I actually want to check who their next game is against because I don't know off the top of my head. The good thing for City, the saving grace for City, is their next game is away to Luton. So they have an opportunity to stop this rot. They have an opportunity to now go on a run of games. When I'm actually looking at their Premier League matches because their Champions League game is irrelevant. They play Luton, then they play Palace at home. Then, though, their game on the 23rd is postponed because of the World Club Championships. They have got to, and maybe because Liverpool and Arsenal and Villa will play each other, they'll be able to pull some points back, but they've got to. Because if they come back after that tournament, they come back on Boxing Day, or the day after Boxing Day on the 27th, and they're suddenly sitting there, 9 points, 10 points, 12 points off top, but they've got 2 or 3 teams ahead of them, I think I might have to change who I think's favourites. It's a different kettle of fish overtaking 2, 3, 4 teams than catching 1. And they don't have the clutch players of last year. And they're looking a little bit leggy. And I think their formation and the way they use their midfielders in the centre areas is being found out somewhat. Now, they're still one of the best team in the world. They're still at the elite end of the spectrum. So I'm reviewing them in the title contention standard. I'm not comparing them to a Sheffield United or a Luton or anybody like that. So don't take it out of context. But they were awful tonight, outclassed in every single which way. And for no shot from the 11th minute until the final whistle is absolutely horrendous. Now, look, I've got a lot of super chats to go to before I bring my panel out tonight. I know it's taken a while, but there's 3 matches that have gone on tonight and we need to talk about them all. Here, this super chat says, and I need to timestamp when the super chat start because I know people like to go back and look at their super chats and when they went out. So I'm just going to make a note of that. So when you guys see me typing during shows, people think I'm clipping people up. I'm actually not. I'm doing timestamps so that my viewers know what goes on where. Big up Villa. They dominated them. No Rodri, no party. They will be a tough game this weekend, but I am confident. Come on, you Gooners. What a game that's going to be. I'm actually going to check. What day? When is it? Oh, it's 5:30 Saturday. Oh, amazing. Midfield holograms are expensive. Why don't Chelsea just buy the real human midfielders? They were awful today. Villa team worries me for coming weekend. That's from Maguna. I would be worried going there. It's a hard place to go. Worst performance I've seen in a decade, Terry. I agree with you, Dyke. And I back Chelsea when, I'm not going out of my way to say horrible things, but you absolutely bodied tonight. Man United are 3 points behind City. Yeah, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Our worst performance of the season by far, awful, is what Meta says here. United weren't good. Our worst performance in years is what Yerp says. I do think Man United were good in large areas. There's definitely areas that you'd want to improve, but I thought United were good tonight. They all said that United were going to lose, but I knew that Chelsea's team would not have done anything against a so-called team in crisis in Man United. Thank you, Jerome. Where is Don? So much chess for such a crap team. I'm not too sure where he is yet. He should be here soon. Zero press, zero passion, zero passing, zero effort. Embarrassing is what Dyke says here. Dyke's a Chelsea fan. Where is Don? So much. Another super chat saying the same thing. Thank you, Mr. Hatter. West Midlands own Monopoly City. It's true, actually. West Midlands killing it. KJ's loving it. KJ's loving that. United only 3 points off City. Haters sit down. Chelsea were well beaten. 2-1 flattered Chelsea. Abel, you're absolutely spot on. Don is in crisis. That young man never learns. Thank you, Samuel. Anyone who said United will not win doesn't want my team. Chelsea are beyond rubbish. Doesn't watch my team, I think you mean. Beyond rubbish, and United shoulders have won by at least 5 or 6. Should have won by at least 5 or 6. Absolutely. I think you're right. And that's from a Chelsea fan. Sack Poch now is what Scarlett's got to say. That's a big claim, Scarlett. Dom. By the way, because of his bad prediction, we're calling him Dom tonight. We're going to put an M on his name. Angered the footballing gods last night, but Chelsea ain't in a crisis. Lol. Big blue shark don't hunt when they are full. No hunger is what Sharim. It's true. If a big blue shark swims past you in the sea and doesn't attack you, it's because it isn't hungry. You get lucky. Where is Hamza and his TikTok dancing? Come on, you gooners. I did tell you on Fan Channel Review today. Hamza probably caused today. The football gods don't like this. Humbleness is needed. Colwell captain, no James start. Cucurella benched at halftime. Jackson can't use his legs. 200 million midfield duo. Sanchez's worst game ever. Poch is a fool. I'll say this now about your goalkeeper. How you guys weren't punished for his bad distributions is beyond me. Sib here says, great performance from United tonight. That's what we want to see as fans. The straight ball in behind our midfield is worrying. Needs to be addressed. It happened, though, especially on one occasion. I didn't see all the replays. I'm watching 3 games. The low sits too deep. And if the lows with the rest of his line, they'd be offside. But it certainly is a concern. A man like Z here says, we are so pathetic, unbelievable. Don needs to stop talking nonsense. Never want to see Jackson again. He's so poor. Congrats to United. Pathetic performance. Enzo and Caicedo are being wasted at this crap club. Villa sent Man City to 4th place. Hamza on hiding haram. Well, I'm not going to say things are haram, but I'm read your super chat. I'm not echoing that, but see all of them barring Palmer just walking F off is what Dyke says. Sky King says City dominated, legs look gone, lack of pace on the counter, hence the Doku buy. Chelsea 16 points off top already. What's change? Uncle Unai, Uncle Emmy, be nice on Saturday. Lol. Great super chat. Somehow we are only 3 points off City. United players need to dig in and back the manager. Listen, what improved Man United tonight was hard work. And when you work hard, talent will take care of itself. And that is a lesson for every facet of life you're in. If you're talented at drawing and you work hard, you can become a successful drawer or artist. If you're a great car mechanic and you work hard, you will do well. If you've got a talent and you work hard, there is a high probability chance that you'll become successful using that talent. Most people that fail in life don't fail because of a lack of talent. They fail because of a lack of effort. And I stand by that to the day I die. City are bottling it. Where's the monolith LB? We'll be talking to him soon. Jackson can't even finish a sentence or... Listen, thank you, Astrid, by the way. Thank you, Astrid Wet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Pompadons, what's that? Pompadons are they're like a side dish when you eat Indian food in the UK, Southeast Asian food, and you kind of dip it in chutney and other kind of things like that. It's like a really thin, like a big crisp. They're nice. I like them, but they're very flimsy. I am so sick of Chelsea fans speaking with so much chest about their horrendous squad and season. Where is Don? I hope he is more realistic moving forward. United on 27 points, Chelsea on 19. I hear you. Where's Ches and that City fan from last night? V is backstage. I don't know where Ches is. I don't know where Don is. But V is backstage, to be fair with you. Sam is backstage as well, that came on, Liverpool fan. Villa sent Man City the 4th. Hamza on hiding. Oh, karma is what he meant. Sorry, I might have read... Yeah, okay. I thought I read the word haram. Maybe my dyslexic brain kicked, I apologize if I did. Bunch of babies go down after one tap. Can all F off. Thank you, Dyke, my mate. Listen, Terry, Villa was scary tonight. I'm excited to see them versus my Gunners. Listen, I'm buzzing for that game. The amount of people saying Chelsea were going to punk us was hilarious. Their record at Old Trafford is trash. Like you said, Terry, excellent performance. Mad we can't finish our dinner. McSauce dunking over Enzo. It's true, and that's why I predicted it 2-1 on golden goals. It's the only one I got right tonight, and I'm so glad it was that game, really, because for me, I knew we were going to do it tonight. That's why I backed my team to win. Too many people wrote us off. I didn't think we'd body Chelsea the way we did. I didn't think we'd dominate the midfield, nullify them in the second half to nothing. But I thought we'd win. Where's Hamza now? Villa battered City tonight. He's crying probably. Adversity, we thrive in it. City forever. And listen, City fans will be fighting their club's corner, no doubt about it. I knew Villa would beat City. I knew United would beat Chelsea. Without Rodri, City looked like soft butter. Soft like butter. That's a great line from when Wiley did the diss track to Stormzy. Sorry, just the way all I can hear is Wiley in my head saying soft like butter in the way he does it. Love it. Anyway, good evening. Unai Emery masterclass. Watch out, Gunners. It certainly was. FFP playing on Man City players' heads. I repeat, FFP. Listen, maybe it was Kate. Maybe they watched Kate's video from Monday. I said it, Terry, to Don. Chelsea will lose or tie. Spot on. He lives in Chelsea, la la land. Now he knows us. Crisis. Lol. Look, we've still got a lot of these super chats, like 23 of them. I'm going to bring the panel out because it's getting late, but we will come back to your super chats. They're all starred. Don't worry about it. Jay Moore here says, as poor as Chelsea were, they probably should have had a couple more. That's true. And I said that at the start of the show. Mudryk should have scored. Jackson should have scored. But we had 5 or 6 more chances like that. It should have been, really and truly, it should have been like a 6-3 game. 6-2, 6-3. But still, second half, they were impotent. They really, really were. Right, I'm bringing the panel out now. So get yourselves ready. How many likes we want? We've got 10,000 people watching again, which is unbelievable. I can't fathom or explain to you the level of how humble you will make me feel by tuning in. I genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart. But please hit the like button. Let's get this past, say, 4,000 likes while we're live. I think we can do them numbers easy peasy. We really can. It's time for the panel now. But because I know we didn't see it earlier, and I know everybody wants to see it, this is for you, Don.
If you lose to Man United, will you say you're in a crisis then?
If we lose to Man United, someone upstairs is getting us a serious backhand, bro. I'm telling you, because there's no way we should be losing to you lot.
So will you be in a crisis then?
If we lose to United, we're in a fucking crisis.
Okay.
Oh, Chelsea, boss win you. In blue we stand, United we rise. The banters they throw, we are rising again. No matter the cost, give us a win you. Give us a win you. In blue we stand, United we rise. No more defeats. Let's break down these doors. Justice rising up. We will stand tall. Together we fight. We conquer all.
If we lose to United, we're in a fucking crisis.
Okay.
Give us a win, you know.
Big cheer.
Give us a win, you know.
Yeah, I actually love
Which time we're getting backhanded?
I put that song is in my car
Can you
tonight.
play it one more time, please?
Tonight.
I think we should play it one more time. Can we play it one more time?
We'll play it later in the show. We'll definitely play it again later in the show. If the viewers stay with us, we'll definitely be doing that. I am coming to you first, Don, because you guys were beaten tonight. You were outclassed tonight. Your midfield was dominated. I think 2-1 flatters you. Talk to me about your team's performance tonight, bro.
Unacceptable, man. I'm speechless. Literally, I've got no words. Man to man, Caicedo, Enzo, terrible, man. Caicedo in every duel kept losing every single duel. Enzo on the ball, crap. Palmer in the first half, he was crap. Do you know what I mean? Apart from that goal, he was poor. You know, we were just boxed in. United, bro, man to man, they wanted it more than us, man. It was like men versus boys again today. Do you know what I'm saying? This team's just up and down, man. It's unacceptable the way United are playing right now. We've gone there and then put out a performance like that. Do you know what I mean? We should have beaten United, but listen, fair play. You lot were the better team. You beat us. Do you know what I'm saying? Man to man, we're shocking again. The amount of times I'm seeing Sanchez in build-up, you know, where he can just go long to a Jackson and miss that press in the midfield. He's trying to play it to Cucurella when he's under pressure. Do you know what I mean? You've got a few things going on there. Levi, I don't know why he was still on the pitch playing at left back, bro. You should have brought Reece James on and put Cucurella on at left back. Do you know what I mean? These are little things that it can't go on, Terry, man. It can't go on like this, man. It's really...
Say it.
Bro, the performances are mad. The performances are
Say
mad.
it. Say what you
Bro,
promised
we're in a crisis, bro. We're in a crisis. You know what I'm saying? How are we losing to United? That's crazy stuff.
Which boardroom members getting the backhand that you promised?
Bro, I'm going Cobham tomorrow, bro. I'm going there myself tomorrow. Because these lot, are just taking the piss, man. Honestly, Terry, we were just bad. Wait,
Don, are you going to admit that Man United are in a better position than
No. These are the questions for me, guys. Respect to everyone here, but Don, I'm waiting for you to finish.
Samuel, hold on.
You're my meal today.
Samuel, this is the thing. Look what's going on with United right now, yeah? They've got, rumours coming out about their manager. 50% of the dressing room's gone. You've got Rashford doing what he's doing. Their top scorer, Scott McTominay, turned up again today. There's so much that's wrong with United on and off the pitch. Do you know what I mean? This was the best opportunity to go and beat them. And we bottled it, bro. That's the fact of the matter. I've got no excuses about it. We bottled it. Do you know what I mean? I understand why he started Levi at left back. I don't like him there. But obviously, Reece James picked up a knock. But in the in-game management, again, I wasn't happy with it, bro. But overall, man to man, we were poor. And even though we were poor, Samuel, we still had chances, bro. Look at the final quality on the balls today, bro. Sterling, how many times did he keep misplacing passes? Jackson, trying to dribble it out from the back. How many times? Do you know what I mean? Mudryk, hold on. Let me cook these man, because they deserve to be cooked. Yeah, Mudryk. How many times do you want to just bobble the ball everywhere? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was just shocking today, bro. It's an absolutely shocking performance. And bro,
we're not falling for that bullshit.
Down there, Chesney. Wait, listen, we need to pause for a sec. I need to make an announcement about Chesney. Listen to this guy. At halftime, this brother here said we deserve to be winning this game.
Add the effects.
Ahead.
Get me?
Like, Ches, you're moving mad for that.
Guy, after that first half, was like, nah, we missed 3 chances. We should be in the lead.
We were poor, man. We should have been. If it wasn't, you know what the mad part of it is, yeah? If it wasn't for Sanchez, I know Sanchez was poor on the ball, but if it wasn't for him, bro, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. Do you know what I'm saying? Boy.
All right, can I speak now?
Over to you,
Staffy, cook.
I'm here for this guy. Let me tell you something. First of all, I was supposed to be at the game. Factually. Unfortunately, I got done by my airline. I had to go back home and I had to stream. And you know what they say? Everything happens for a reason. The reason I wasn't destined to go to that game is for me to be here and cook you, Don. I sat here on this very platform and I told you I don't fear midfields that don't have athletes. If you play slow football, you play into our hands. And this is coming from someone who doesn't rate his own team. I criticized my team the whole time, but I knew what we're capable to go against. Should I expose your DMs? I don't do that. I had this guy messaging me stats of Cole Palmer pressing. He's like, we press, bro. We press without Conor Gallagher,
that's not why we lost the game, though.
No, hold on. Let me speak, bro. Let me speak. You guys played in our hands. We don't have a good midfield. We played McTominay in midfield. Yes, that's a new term that I came up with today. McTominay. You faced the midfield of McTominay, and no one was happy. We all wanted Manu to start. You gave us all the time in the world to be on the ball today. Every time you got the ball, we pressed the living hell out of you guys. And I told you on the top 6, you're going to miss Gallagher. And you said no. I told you he's the only one that can disrupt our midfield. That's not even good. Amrabat today, everyone here who's a United fan or a rival can admit this is his best game in a United jersey. Everyone who I saw. You know why? Because he didn't get pressed. You guys didn't. We play with a 3-1-6, bro. We've been struggling with that midfield the whole game, the whole season. We got dominated by Everton's midfield, and I told you it's the athletes. You can have all the technical ability in the world that you want, but it didn't do anything for you today. Every time you got the ball, we pressed you guys. There's only a few times that you guys beat our press, and it wasn't even a lot. This is probably one of the best
I'm gonna touch up on. Yeah.
Had all season. But every time you guys got the ball, you did nothing. And this is why I told you, when I said you're going to miss Conor Gallagher, it was because of this. Because you can't lose the midfield battle against McTominay and Bruno. That's inexcusable.
Exactly.
Your manager today, I promise you, is sackable. Because now I understand why you guys got frustrated by this manager. The lineup he put out today was absolutely shocking.
Yeah, rubbish.
And all over you guys, with and without the ball. Even when Reece James came on, Garnacho was still cooking it.
It was a very good game.
Anthony probably had his best game in a United jersey. And listen, for all people who are GA merchants, this game probably doesn't apply anything to you. But this guy had you guys on the ropes every time he got the ball. Thank God we finally benched Rashford, because today we saw a real winger's performance, and it's shocking that it's coming from Anthony. McTominay. Well, listen, it is what it is. Every time I talk shit about this guy, he scores. I'm gonna talk more shit about him because we can win more games. I said I want this guy nowhere near the lineup. He did the one thing that to be honest, he's good at. He's good at crashing that box late. This is what people have been telling you about Havertz when Arsenal signed him. He's like, oh, he's going to be crashing that far post late. Every time you guys marked Højlund, McTominay was left alone. This is probably his best role in the team, by the way, which is being that free roamer into the box. You know, that goal that you scored, by the way, listen, we should be holding smoke for that goal, because the defense from Lindelof, Maguire, and even the goalkeeper, Onana, should be saving that. Very slow reflexes. One of the slowest goals I've ever seen us concede. We should have been up at least 3-4 in the first half. We just didn't take our chances. You guys are lucky that you're playing a team that's not clinical, because if you had a clinical attacking team like Liverpool or someone else, they would have finished their dinner today. We had so many chances, 28 chances.
I just want to say on that, it's the highest amount of opportunities Man United have had in a game against a top half the table team in 18 months. In 18 months.
One more person I want to smoke. Just one more person. Footy Judge Mo. This corrupt judge, this fraud judge. I'm tired of schooling certain people. I don't even go on the top 6 that much. But every time I come here, I say something. I catch smoke for it, but I end up being right. Footy Judge Mo lied to you guys. By the way, if you go to his channel later, just tell him I said that and tell him to apologize to you guys. He told you guys that Chelsea's in a better position than United. And I said, no matter how shit we are, on the day, we have players that are better equipped to have a better game and to get something than Chelsea. Because Chelsea have had less injuries than us, and I said it. We've had more instability, and I've said it. And today showed it. Today absolutely showed it, because head-to-head with both of us, maybe you could say both of us have the same amount of injuries right now. You know, we're both not in good positions. We both have had shaky performances. Today, we showed on the pitch that even if we're shit, we still have more quality to go into a 90-minute game head-to-head with you guys, machine against machine, and beat you guys.
I mean, today proved it. Okay, you can say all of that. Yeah.
Right.
Hold on, Ches. No, because he added me in it. So let me reply to what he said. Yeah. So Staffy, listen, I can acknowledge, like I said to you before the game, I said Gallagher's obviously the best presser, right? But that's not the main reason why we lost the game. Because the main thing that I spoke about, is I want quality on the ball. I need every single person to have quality on the ball. So when it comes to, getting the ball in the half spaces, that final pass, it's going straight through to Mudryk. It's not being broken down. It's going straight through to Jackson. It's not being broken down. Today on the ball, bro, the quality wasn't good. The lineup in that midfield was good enough to have enough control of the game, and it was not good. Yeah, Caicedo, like I said, off the ball, he was shocking, right? And on the ball, he was worse. Do you know what I mean? Enzo wasn't trying to get hold of the ball. Every time he did, he looked sluggish. Do you know what I mean? He just kept getting tackled, right? Gallagher, like I said, on the ball, ain't the greatest. So, in my opinion, as much as he would have helped pressing, on the ball, overall, the whole team was not good enough. Do you know what I mean? I was surprised that BATTERED didn't start the game. I would have loved for BATTERED to start the game, because he's our best defender.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why I think we lost the game. We weren't good on the ball.
I hear you on that. In terms of just keeping things to an agenda, because there's obviously 3 matches to get through tonight. It's going to be a long show. We've still got 40 super chats to do. I did want to ask, though, about the £250 million midfield. That was, I say it bluntly tonight, was absolutely walkthrough. And I don't look at those two are decent athletes, especially Caicedo. We've seen what he did at Brighton. On top of that, the passing, their first touches, their lack of influence on the game was absolutely abysmal. And look, and it'll be brushed over now because the penalty was missed. But Enzo, I mean, for me, it was a penalty. He misses the ball, stands on the man's foot. It's a foul. Tonight, that midfield, and I'll coin the phrase that Staffy put out, being outclassed by McTominay, for me, should feel like a massive embarrassment to Chelsea.
Listen, here's what I was saying in midfield, because obviously that's the main talking point, because 250 whatever. The problem is Poch needs to hold accountability for a lot of these errors in these games. He's setting up two players who aren't that kind of midfielder in that double pivot, thinking they're going to run around and press, and that's not really their game. That's why all the Chelsea fans say we need Lavia back ASAP, someone just to sit in that midfield and distribute and be a destroyer, because we ain't got that. And that's why today, Amrabat and McTominay, two runners of a football who know how to be robust and get around the pitch, dominating our midfield. It doesn't mean there's a slight on their quality, Caicedo and Enzo as footballers, being technical ballers, but in this game, against Newcastle, that's not their game. And unfortunately, that's the cards we're dealt with. I didn't buy the players. I still want them in my club anyway. But the system we're playing isn't working. And on Staffy's point about head-to-head, all this nonsense, right? I get you, man, beat us today, but that was a crap overall performance of both teams. Poor quality, poor finishing.
They should have scored 9. What do you mean crap performance?
United were good. I can't lie. United were good. They were good.
Wait, let me land. What I'm trying to say is in terms of like they were poor finishing, we were just poor overall. So the game quality wasn't high enough for me to say, Man United did. What I would say is Chelsea were crap. And I'm going to sit here and tell all Chelsea fans, don't be toxic positive. I'm going to sit here and say right now, we are literally going to finish like mid-table. Like, I'm not even going to think we're going to finish higher than anything mid-table until my team can prove it. Because the performance today was terrible. Unacceptable, shocking. Like, I'm not even going to gloss it over and say, because Man United were poor in front of goal. I said we should win in terms of chances, just out of pure like backing my team. But then when I look back on the game, the rest of the game, so you look at the game totality, right? Bro, we were crap. I mean, I didn't have to be like 10 out of 10 today to beat us. They could have been
no. Listen,
same thing as Newcastle.
Wait, one second.
About that midfield.
Wait, 1 second, KJ. I'm sorry. 1 second, KJ. We made you look crap today, and I mentioned that because we had a perfect plan of blitzing you guys every time you had the ball. The reason I was going out down because you guys should have been doing the same to us because we don't have a good first phase of build-up. And that's what the one thing all teams have targeted every time they played against us. Just go watch everything. Go watch Newcastle. Go watch all the big games that we lost when we played bad. The main thing was they pressed us high up the pitch. Today, this is what I'm saying. Today was our best game because we executed a plan that every time you guys have the ball, we press you. Not just press the ball. We just pressed everyone in that midfield. And how many times did we get the ball and didn't convert it? That's one thing we've known. Everyone here, me, Terry, and KJ will tell you that's one thing that we've had an issue with all season. We don't convert chances. We win the ball high up the pitch, but we don't convert it. That's something else. I'll agree with you on that. We're just poor in finishing. But to say that we didn't play a good game today, no. We forced you guys to look crap because every time you guys got the ball, we suffocated you.
No, but
you guys have been doing the same.
Yeah, but
that's why
a big reason. A big reason why you boxed us in, yeah, because like I said, when I looked at that back four, I was speaking to these lot in the group chat. I said, bro, this is imbalanced. Yeah. One thing about me, I don't like Levi at left back, right? And at half time, I said Reece James needs to come on and put Cucurella at left back. Because what you had with Cole at left back and Cucurella at right back, none of them go up. So we had a deeper line. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why you saw Luke. Hold on a second. So we had a deeper line. You had a deeper line and you were boxing us in. Luke Shaw was getting all that space in the world because he knows when Cucurella gets on the ball, he's not going to bomb forward like a Reece James, right? He's going to hold his position and try to build up from the back. Same thing as Cole because he's not a left back, right? When Reece James came on in the second half, you saw that we started to improve a little bit and then it went all sloppy and again, final balls wasn't there. But if you actually look at the line, how Deep was playing initially, bro, we were literally playing like that because of the fullbacks, like I said. Do you know what I'm saying? And that changed when
that's what I'm saying. The manager was sackable today for that lineup. Because you had no progression coming from that right hand side. By the way, this is why the manager brought on Orignal in the second half. He never likes having Orignal on that pitch because he doesn't like his fullback to invert. He usually puts Shaw there because Shaw doesn't overlap. Shaw inverts into the midfield. But he saw all that space and that you guys have no progression from that right hand side. And Garnacho kept winning the ball of what's his name, Cucurella. That he was like, you know what? Let me bring it on the second half a
Yeah.
fullback that plays more advanced, and he brought on Reguilon, and Reguilon probably had a great game today. Even though he corrected it by bringing Reece James, but maybe that was a little bit too late because he already has executed.
Yeah,
I don't know why he's so scared to start backing, though.
I hear you on that. Cav's here with us as well, and of course we are going to talk City, we are going to talk Liverpool on this show today as well, which obviously a lot to get through. But another poor outing by yourselves, bad starting lineup, individuals dropping absolute clangers. What was your thoughts on it, mate?
Man, it was a shocking performance, and United deserved everything they got. Poch got out, like the tactics from Ten Hag were perfect. I think Staffy's spot on with we got bullied. It's disappointing that we've got. I don't like mentioning how much Enzo and Caicedo got paid, like to come to the club, because it's not realistic to judge them, right, as players. But they were outclassed today, and we need to focus on the games they played. They were poor today, or in every facet, whether it was ball retention, whether it was knowing what to do when they received the ball. It was very, where are my teammates every single time? We look like a disjointed team. The front four, I said earlier today, we should not play four attackers. We should respect United, play a Maatsen in midfield, have another body in there. It was too segregated. For us, the gap between the double pivot and the front four was horrible. Sterling played like, as someone that's meant to be the experienced player of the team, right? He was horrible.
But that's the point that I made. It was too deep.
And for me, what's it called? You know what's really evident as well? It's 1-1. Jackson has that header right after halftime to make it 2-1. He doesn't even attack the ball. And then you look at the complete contrast in the way McTominay attacks the ball to make it 2-1. It's those fundamental decisions. You just have a team, in my opinion, at this moment in time, that is built to win these games against little teams. Like, we had 8 players, I think, or 7 players under the age of 22 or younger. And you could really tell the difference in know-how. Yes, we can point at Poch. There's sack Poch nonsense. What are you going to do? You're going to sack Poch and bring who? Like, that shouldn't even be a starter. We need to focus on performances today. Enzo Caicedo, unacceptable performances. Sterling, expect more. Mudryk and Jackson, I'm getting worried. Like, purely based on the fact that, yes, you're inconsistent and you're going to develop, but how long are we waiting? Because this isn't a development phase of, let's give him 6 months. Cole Palmer's 6 months, 9 months, 10 months. With these guys, it's like 3 years. Potentially, you could wait for them. Like Jackson, there's one final point, and then I'll let the boys jump on. The first goal came from Jackson's mistake. In the second half, 2 more times, he tries to dribble out of his own box and gets nabbed on the ball every time. And it's like, bro, do you not learn? Like, twice, you're an idiot. The third time, what is it? Like, are you stupid? Like, we're going to do it the 4th time? Where you're trying to dribble out of your own box and getting caught on it. Like, enough is enough. Like, learn from your mistakes. Because if you don't, you will be replaced. You were a £35 million signing. They will replace you. And
on that,
there's going to be a lot.
Occasion, one sec, because Chelsea segments were done, yeah? Bro, what I want to say is that you can tell some of the young players are taking this like, we're going to let you develop too seriously. They're playing like, next game, we can rectify errors and it'll be fine. And it's jarring us now. Like, the Chelsea fans, even me, is more positive, on outlook of things. I'm starting to see the players are not really tracking back as much because they know next game I'll play and I have to play because I'm here for 7 years. And this is the problem with the board. You made this decision. It better work out. And I'm not going to be naive and say this year has to be top 4, else I'm finished with them. But definitely next like 6-7 months for the summer, I want to see some improvement because this ain't good enough.
Bro, it was so nice as well. Did you see Disasi stepped on Shaw's foot? He stepped on Shaw's foot. He gave him a hug. Then what's it called? Cole Palmer's high-fiving.
When I saw that hug, I'm not gonna lie, as a Chelsea fans, I got pissed for you,
coming off. He's high-fiving Anthony. Like, well done. You had your first good game. What are you doing, bruv? Like, reality is you need to. I don't like this passion merchant rubbish, but this is a serious game. Were you hugging players from on the opposition, high-fiving them when you're coming off? Like, what did Mudryk do in this game to high-five
most of us here are old enough to remember our rivalry.
Issue with Chelsea right now. Look who your captains are. Your captain today was Levi Colwill. Why? You got Reece James as your main captain, who's barely on the pitch because he's injured or getting suspended, and Conor Gallagher is your vice captain. When you have Thiago Silva right there in that back line, week in, week out, with the experience to actually lead a team. And remember before, people, Chelsea fans were saying, it's the English thing, you don't speak English. Bruv, we had Valencia as our captain, and he led our team. He led. If you couldn't speak English, you probably say yes or no. That's probably all you can say. This is and
There's not enough stability, bro. There's not enough stability right there.
In that instance, he is a manager that should know that, yo, I need all these experienced players on my side right now. Your captain should be Thiago Silva and Sterling.
I think he's refusing to take the armband, though. I genuinely think he's like, there were like rumors about it in the summer that Thiago doesn't want it because of all the admin and English like requirement of him having to do interviews and talk to the referee consistently. So he's not been wanting it, and I think that's why.
You talk to Garnacho nicely because this guy spun him today.
If that's how Thiago Silva feels, he can go, because that is a weak mentality. And listen, I respect Thiago Silva so much. He's one of the greatest I've ever seen.
He got spun by a 19-year-old.
He's afraid to do interviews, and he's afraid to do the admin. Go back to Brazil.
Yeah, it is crazy. Like, I know there's more Chelsea talk to come because I know David hasn't spoken yet. We've got about 50 odd super chats to get through. It's going to be a long show, so stay with us. There's no need to rush off. I'm sure no one's got bedtime. Nobody is under the age of 18.
I'm staying the whole show. I'm not going nowhere. I usually got places to be, but today I got nowhere to be.
I need to speak though. We need to speak about the fact that Manchester City are 4 games with no win, and tonight the 1-0 scoreline is potentially the most flattering scoreline I've seen in a long time. And I'm going to go to V on this, who's here with us, because City tonight were absolutely battered. They were destroyed. They were ripped apart, V. No win in 4, sitting in 3rd in the league. You didn't have a shot since the 11th minute of the game. What is wrong with City at this moment in time, V?
Wait, Terry, don't be rude. Good evening. Good evening, Vader. Good evening.
All right. I see it. Listen, you know what? Actually, I got to correct you. I think we're 4th in the league right now. I think Aston Villa.
Villa lead for them.
Yeah, so what to say? This game, man. Pep, you keep adding these platinums to my beard. It's driving me crazy here. He's tinkering, man. 15 games into the season, the man's still tinkering. He made so many changes in that lineup. Stone's just back from injury. Rico Lewis playing that pivot. He put Bernardo out on the wing. We weren't good enough on the day. I think the stats showed we had 2 shots. 2 shots. And I got to give credit, because you know that's what City fans do. We give credit to the opposition. Aston Villa played an incredible game, man. They were physical. They knew exactly how they want to press us and attack us. And Martinez was unbelievable in that net for the shots that we were able to actually get off. I don't know, man. I don't know. I heard Pep in the conference say,
V, you are holding back what you really want to say. I can tell you're holding back what you really want to say. Listen, you've got to remember, none of them burly mancs from Manchester are going to come get you. You're safe in North America. Speak your mind, brother. Speak your mind. Let it out.
It's a case where Pep got it wrong today. 100%. 100%. Pep got it wrong today. But he got it.
We spoke about that, right? We spoke because the other day you were talking about the fact that Pep needs to use his squad more, and I understand that was within the context of an individual game. You were saying that it was Liverpool's squad versus City's first 11, but then today, obviously, there's lots of fixtures coming up, and you guys, today you looked actually quite tired with your, fresh squad, but he's got to use his squad, right? Especially at this busy time of year. So you also can't have it both ways. If he needs to rotate, You would expect some drop-off to some extent.
Listen, Pep knows football better than I do. But the changes that I saw, and when I said use his squad, we bought Kovacic, play him in the midfield. We bought Nunes, play him in the midfield. He started by playing Stones and Rico in the midfield. So I'm asking the question, I'm watching the game like, why are you tinkering it like this? Why is it not players that you bought playing in the positions that they're designed to play in? So I think he's going to add more to this, man. Pep's going to add more platinums to this. Am I stressed?
Vea, you are stressed. I saw you pacing up and down. I've never seen you pace up and down.
Listen,
when you started the stream, you were pacing. I've never seen you like this, bro.
Listen, I'm probably gonna do some emotional eating today. I'm in the kitchen right now. I'm getting things done for my daughter. But I gotta say this: when you tinker I'm okay with it, Pep. I'm okay with the tinkering, but not like this. Not when you bought the players and they're not even being played the way they're designed.
You know why, Vader? You know why, Vader? Can I say something?
Calm? What's the reason why I'm calm though? Is because I'm looking at the screen right now. I'm looking at the faces of my rivals. I'm looking at Liverpool, and I don't think they're ready to say they're winning the league. I don't see any Arsenal on the panel today, but I'm sure if they were on this panel, I'd be looking and saying, "Are you winning the league?" So I'm calm. I'm calm because I know I'm going to be there.
Listen, let me say something, Vader. Let me say something to you, Vader. First of all, I'm glad. One second. I'm glad that Vader is still in the kitchen. Because listen, I know you're Canadian, and I know you definitely have some maple syrup in that fridge. So go open that fridge right now. Get that maple syrup because you're gonna need it for that waffle that you just gave us. Okay, just say things how they're supposed to be, Vader. Okay, you just waffled on for so long for no reason. I'll tell you why he didn't tinker it the way you want it to be. It's so simple. The quality ain't the same. It's that simple. Everyone here, listen, you could have saved us about 10 minutes of our lives if you would have just said that. There's no Gundogan off the bench. There's no Mahrez off the bench. There's no Laporte off the bench. Your manager doesn't trust some of the signings that he made. Listen, granted, you had Doku was injured today, I believe. I get all that, but the quality ain't the same, bro. It's so simple. You could have just started with that. The quality ain't the same. The people that used to come on when you have injuries and you have suspensions are no longer there. When De Bruyne wasn't there, you had Gundogan coming on. Listen, you can say no all you want. The quality ain't there. The reason he's playing Rico Lewis in the midfield and all the players that you have questions about, and is not starting Matheus Nunes, is because the quality ain't the same, bro. I've heard Chelsea fans, by the way, tell me they want Rico Lewis to start so he can finally put Foden in that midfield where he's supposed to be. Instead, he's still putting him on the wing. The quality just ain't the same, brother. And that's why there's a drop off. Listen, when is the last time anyone hears? Remember, the last time City have went 4 games without a win. You have 3 points from 12. That's some Man United form. That's Chelsea form. That's not City form. You guys haven't done that in the last 3 years. And when I sat here on the top 6, that top 6, by the way, I mean, Terry, I might need you to clip the whole top 6 and send it to me, because everything that I said on the last show came to life today. Because when I told you guys, oh, we know how to win, we're treble winners, I said no. These are not the treble winners. You know who was the treble winners? Gundogan was. Mahrez was. What's his name? Laporte was. You know who's not a treble winner? One second. You know who's not a treble winner? Matheus Nunes is not. You know who's not a treble winner? Doku is not. You know who's not a treble winner? Gavardio is not. You know who's not a treble winner? Everyone you signed this summer. The guys that knew how to win respected them. Obviously, 100% respect to all the players that you have. But you brought in too many players this season that are still learning the Man City curve, the Pep Guardiola curve. Pep, I have all the respect to Pep. Listen, I'm not going to overreact the game and say anything about Pep because I would be deluded to say that. Pep 100% knows how to win. But most of these players don't know how to come in and fill in the shoes of the people that were there before them.
Bro, that's why you're seeing a drop of this.
No. That's what they told me. People told me that. No, bro, don't be fooled, bro. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by the name Man City, by the jersey. Most of them are still the same. I'm not even talking shit about the players that have been there. I'm not talking about Diaz. I'm not talking about Stones. I'm not talking about Ederson. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about these guys. The guys that came in and they can't fill in shoes. That for Matheus Nunes to be sitting on the bench when they need a midfielder, when there's no Rodri there, he's not stepping up. There's a reason why he's not stepping up, because he's not good enough. Could he be good enough? I'm not saying he should just sell him, but I'm just saying you don't have the next man up to step in when the main guy isn't there. And you're clearly seeing it. You could deny it all you want, but the fact that you went 4 games without a win just shows that this is not the same team. You haven't had that happen in the last 3 years. I don't even know if that's an official stat, but I'm pretty sure if I dig in right now and do some research, I won't find a period where City went 4 games without a win until today.
You mentioned the 4 games without a win for a while. Now let me say this: we played Chelsea, we played Liverpool,
we beat them.
We played Spurs.
Don't put us in that bracket, bro. Don't put us in that bracket. Don't put us in that bracket.
Even David is like, bro.
What you showed today, okay, fair enough. So what I want to point out is, and Staffy, listen. We talk ball, and I get it. You want to say that I'm.
Oh, you're my guy. I'm still gonna cook you, bro.
You don't keep syrup. You don't keep syrup in the fridge. You keep that out. All right.
You're the Canadian, bro. You know the waffle. I don't know the waffle. Thank God we have a Canadian on the stream. He can teach me about maple syrup and waffle because you've been very good at it today.
I'm gonna say this with regards to our squad. You're kind of right, but the fact that we had no Rodri, we had no Grealish due to suspension, is why when you're looking at the squad, it's not quite the same. I don't expect any player coming to City year 1 to cook right off the jump, because you want to point out we're treble winners. Holland, Alvarez, they weren't treble winners when they came here. But yeah, they came on, they hit the ground running. That's unique to us. The reason why I'm not stressed is because, like I said, as much as you want to say all of that, are you counting us out? Are you saying that we are not in this title run?
I take it day by day, brother. I take it day by day, brother.
I want to hear it.
I take it day by day, brother. That's what I do.
Yeah. Hamza's here with us, bro. No winning 4. No Shakira songs, I assume, from you tonight, Professor. What's going wrong with your team? A few weeks ago, you blamed it on you haven't invested enough money at Manchester City. What do you think today? 4 games, no win, in 4th position, 6 points from top. A bigger gap than this time last year.
I need apologies. Like today,
City players?
I need apologies. Yeah, because I
From
said
who?
it. Because I said it and I warned everyone. I've been watching football since Serie A, 1990s. I watch football because before you were little kids. I watch football, the greats, football, the football of Clarence Said, of Edgar Davids, R9s. I used to see them live on Channel 4, Football Italia. 10
Live
o'clock
on Channel 4.
highlights, live Sunday, 3 o'clock, Peter Brackley. I watched them like that. I was a little kid. You guys had 0. You guys were watching Premier League. Yeah, the likes of, you were watching Bradford.
Stop deflecting.
I was watching,
Stop deflecting.
I know standard. I know quality. When I say, I see quality. I see, wow, that's, when I told City fans, we fell into that trap. That we were so high, like we were so high above these frauds, everyone in England. We were above everyone, but we kept cutting the tree. And we don't get the quality. Oh, don't worry. It's okay. Don't worry. But then now it's come to show. I need apologies. We've got the smallest squad. Why do I have to have 2 keepers on the bench? Most games I've got 2 keepers. Then I've got Calvin Phillips. Is he good enough? He's not good enough for Man City. I'm not saying. My hanger. You know this hanger?
Yo,
My
spam
hanger,
violins in the
I'll
chat
tell
for
you.
this guy.
I
Everyone
know I can
spam
use my
violins in
hanger
the chat
today.
for him right now.
I
I want
can use
violins
my
in the chat
hanger
for this
today.
guy.
I can use my hanger to hang clothes. Tell me what Calvin Phillips does for my football club. He comes every morning, eats my breakfast, lunch, dinner. What does he do? Does he play? Does he use a no, seriously. Tell me. You want me to feel, oh, it's because you didn't play him, Hamza. I don't care. Pep is a DM. Pep was a DM. Pep knows DMs. Don't tell me about Calvin Phillips. Pep knows DMs.
Spam those violins, guys. I want more violins in the chat. Spam more violins.
Heritage. He played with Philip Cocu in Madrid. He knows Luis Figo, right? Luis Enrique the other side. Stoichkov and Romario. He saw heritage. He saw heritage. So he sees this guy ain't good enough. Hamza is right. Hamza's right. I told these guys he's not good enough. Our standard is not Leeds. Our standard is not Leeds. We're in the caliber now of we compete with Real Madrid. We compete with Real Madrid. We fight with Real Madrid.
Keep the violins coming, guys. Good job.
But
Keep
now
the
we go
violins.
and shop. We're supposed to be shopping at Harrods. When we lose a quality player, we go and shop at Primark. And then we expect to do the same thing.
Hamza, can you talk about the game, Hamza? I don't want to hear that.
Hamza,
When we lose,
what can I do?
Man said Primark.
Hamza, let me jump in for a minute here. So I understand where you're coming from. So you're essentially saying the reason that we're playing bad in these games is because we're against teams of slightly better quality, but because we haven't replaced our world-class players that have left with world-class players, we're struggling. I hear that. Why has Pep Guardiola got it so wrong in terms of rebuilding his squad?
I think the recruitment made a huge error. 2 errors. 2 huge errors. Midfield is the engine of every club. Midfield. Rodri, the guy who was supposed to be replacing Rodri and swapping Rodri was Fernandinho. We sold him. We got for Calvin Phillips. So we got it wrong. So Rodri has been playing tirelessly hard. He doesn't get a break. Arsenal have 4 DMs. Rice, Partey, Jorginho, El Neni can also play there. They got
2 of them never play.
El Neni, have some shame, wallahi. Wallahi, have some shame.
I have Rodri, and that's it. Calvin Phillips doesn't play. Then number 8, Gundogan, the same quality, we didn't replace him. Chelsea, Kovacic is a good player, yes. But is the quality of Rodri, Gundogan? No, he's not. The second thing, he's injury prone. And Nunes, We bought him from Wolves, so it will take time for him to be that elite. We should have got players like Barella. We should have got Kimmich. That's the replacement you make. So we got it wrong, but I trust my manager. I trust him. I trust him because two things that will make it right. We have to get into the transfer market, make another signing, at least to help out Rodri, because we get bypassed. If you see every time Terry, they get the ball, we just get bypassed in midfield. They walk through us in midfield. They walk through us as if it's nothing. And that never happens.
Do you think Man City are arrogant? Do you think you guys are arrogant in your transfer strategy?
Absolutely.
Because you believe that because you've won the treble, you're on a 3P, you can just buy anyone and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Do
because
you know what? Okay,
the best.
do you know what it is though? I was streaming with Hamza in the summer, and he was literally saying the exact same thing. So I can vouch for him.
It wasn't arrogant, it was humble.
When these signings were coming in, he was like, listen, it's not good enough. Who these guys on the bench, he's been consistent with it. So I have to give it to him, man. The quality hasn't been good enough. The replacements haven't been good enough.
You know what? You can't give it to Hamza because when every other team signs players that he doesn't rate, he says, oh, there's no talent ID. But because it's untouchable Pep and untouchable Man City, you don't want to blame anyone. You just want to say they're not good enough. How come you're not calling out your recruitment now saying no talent ID? Or is that only applicable to our teams? Because it smells hypocrisy, Hamza. You sat here, first of all, Hamza, in your own words, have some shame, wallahi. Wallahi, have some shame. You sat here in front of 10,000 people crying about recruitment when you've never complained about recruitment in your life. And instead of talking about the tactics, saying what the manager got wrong, what the team got wrong, and you're talking about the 90 minutes, you're telling me you watch Serie A in the 1980s or whatever. It's not our fault that you're older than us and some people in the chat haven't watched football when you did. We're not here to talk about Serie A in the 80s, Hamza. If I wanted a history lesson, I can go on YouTube. YouTube has everything there. I'll go watch some Inter Milan in the 80s and watch Ronaldo and them. I want you to talk about the 90 minutes. Stop, bro. Stop complaining about players. Stop complaining about the recruitment and saying all that stuff when you're not going to say, okay, maybe Pep didn't have the correct talent ID this summer, the same energy you have to all our managers, and just talk about the 90 minutes. Because today you got outclassed by an Aston Villa team. And don't get me wrong, Aston Villa has been very good this season. But if it was me, if it was Don, if it was anyone else here and their team got pressed by Aston Villa like that, you had 0 XG from the 11th minute. And you're talking to me about Serie A. Talk to me about why you had 0 XG from the 11th minute. Because I could have went to bed, woke up 90 minutes later, and you still wouldn't have had a shot on target. Come on,
very true. I'm going to come back to it. We've just got this in. This has just been sent in to us. Very important that we watch it.
Waka waka bottle job back then once again. They bottle the again. Zamina waka waka bottle job back then once again. They bottle the again. Zamina waka waka bottle job back then once again. Bottle job back then. Zamina waka waka Zamina bottle job. You done it once again. Zamina waka waka Samina bottle job. You done it once again. Samina waka waka
How can you offbeat and off tune with a song playing in the background, Hamza?
Wallahi, have some shame. Wallahi, have some shame. Wallahi, have some shame.
It's crazy. Yeah, the game weren't even done. David, obviously, I know about Chelsea didn't play well tonight, but from a City point of view, I don't remember them going 4 games without winning a game. Are they still the title favourites in your opinion at this point?
I have to say yes, but again, 6 points isn't that big a gap. And if you told me from now, do I think City will outpoint Arsenal by 6 points? I'd still say yes. But that's only based on like previous experience and me hoping that Pep figures it out and KDB comes back 100% and it all just works.
No stimulus package is coming back. That's the thing.
The only thing that's keeping me saying that is like logic, and we're only 15 games in. The season's over.
You know one thing I will say. You know one thing I will say though, if Arsenal go on a winning run with City having to go to the Club World Cup and they potentially make that gap about 11, 12 points, I still think City are the favourites, but it will get much tougher because it won't just be one team ahead of them. We'll also be there as well. So
here is why
You're having this dangerous narrative.
Here is
right now. It's a dangerous narrative, and I tell you why. No team has gone 4 in a row in this league. First of all, that's one thing that's going against you. Second of all, in other previous years when you had title races, it's been only one other team that's gone with you. It's either Man City or Liverpool, or last season it was Man City and Arsenal. This year, potentially, it's 3 teams going at it. Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal. Now, yes, you have every right to say that you're the favourites because you're treble winners, you've done it 3 times in a row. But are you not going to admit that this season is a little bit different, knowing everything that is adding up to this? And also, what we're talking about is treble hangover. Are your players a little bit tired as well?
I was gonna put in. I was gonna say the same. The reason why they're not my favorites.
And who are? Arsenal.
Arsenal are my favorites to win the league. I've been saying that since the start of the season. The reason why Man City aren't the favorite for the league, the 4-peat off the back of a treble, that is a task mentally that is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That is like, and I'm not gonna. It's me sitting there saying that Man City aren't the favorites. It's not me saying that they're bad, because to be in this position in the first place, you're a phenomenal team. You're an insane team, and if they do it, you are, in my opinion, the greatest team England's ever seen. If you do a 4-peat with a treble in between it, greatest team. But because that task is so hard, and your guys are so mentally drained, plus you've lost key players, and your squad is not that big. You've got Club World Cup. You've got not Carabao Cup. You've got FA Cup and Champions League, which you want to try and win again. All of that culminated into one. Plus the weird injuries everyone's getting this season. Man City have got them. United, Chelsea, everyone's got injuries. All of that into one. I just think it's just a bit too much for even one of the greatest teams we've seen in Man City.
And I think Man City fans have this default setting and saying, "Oh, we'll get it done in the end. We'll get it done in the end." There might be one season where you don't get it done in the end. We already seen that when Liverpool won the league.
Yeah.
So it might be this season.
That's the one.
You never know. I understand you might be calm, but are you not looking at everything that KJ said and what I said and do you know what? If you don't start kicking on from here, it might get away from us.
There's this narrative as well. If you think about it, everyone's like, "Oh, Arsenal's the main challenges. Arsenal are the main challenges." Liverpool have been there, done that. Players in there like Alisson, Van Dijk, Salah. Like, people keep forgetting about them. Yet they're quietly just going around winning. Yes, they give up chances, but they score a heck of a lot of goals. Like, I count Salah. Like, Salah will get you 20. Darwin will somehow get you 12, 13, and then they'll chip in with every other players here and there. Like, for me, I think they're the biggest challenges. And the fact that no one's talking about them is just making them even more scary, because they're proven to have, like, gone on 8-9 wins in a row in the past. And that home record is amazing.
If Liverpool... Go on, Rams. Your team, Rams. You go
I was going to say, sorry, I don't know what your name is. I'll agree with you until after January, depending on what we do in the January window, because as much as we've got players that have the experience, have been there and done that, Arsenal are more equipped than us as it stands. I think our defense has done well this season. I don't know what Samuel thinks, but Arsenal still they're more robust. They're not conceding as much. Yesterday was an anomaly. They're not normally conceding 2-3 goals a game. But if we add in January in them 2 pivotal positions, in my opinion, not just the DM, hopefully a left centre back / left back that can play both positions, then I'm fully with you. I would actually probably put us stronger challenges down at Arsenal, but it's key to our window. But then Arsenal fans will say that as well with the left centre mid role. Even City fans will now say, I'm sure Vale would want to go and spend in January as well. So it's relevant. It's relevant to what we do in January. But I do agree with you.
Just quickly. Sorry, just quickly. The way I look at this is that I've always said this, and Don, Roms, Terry, KJ, and David, I've said this in the group chat many times, that if we get a DM in January, we're going to push on to win the league. I've always said that.
Yeah.
Now, I've always the reason why I'm so positive about Liverpool, even though we do concede many chances, I do understand that, is that if you're looking at this as the base with Liverpool without a DM, and your 2 points of Arsenal were above City like this, what happens if we do get a finished squad, a completed squad, a DM, and maybe another centre-back? What will happen then? So that's why I'm looking at it so positively. Yes, I do agree with Roms. I do believe that when people spoke about our defence, I feel like it's like they over-criticise our defence. I think that our defence wasn't as bad as people make it out to be. But however, Alisson has saved us a lot this season. But when I'm looking at it as the base level of what Liverpool are doing this season, we just need to add a DM and we're going to go for it.
I think as well, when I think about my own views on Liverpool, I was basing the fact they get the ball progressed on them and they concede, I would say, slightly more chances than Arsenal typically and more chances than City. I was basing that on City being at their peak best. And if City are at this level for the rest of the season, it changes everything. And I think that's when you factor in can a team win the league, you've got to look at what they're up against at the same time, because, you know, you see it in all sports. You know, there are some people that can be world champions in one era, in a particular era, but if they were, I don't know, 10 years older, or they were 10 years younger in the new era exists, they wouldn't win anything. And I think that's what's going to be really, really key, because City are not at their absolute peak best that we assess them at. So theoretically, teams that you'd think, not quite good enough, now maybe you will be. And that's the nature of the beast, as it were. I do need to jump into these super chats. I want to keep the panel in because we're going to run them by you. There's 70 of these bad boys to come. We won't be debating every single one of them. Otherwise, we'll be here until the end of the season. This here says Chelsea losing to a club in crisis. Hold that, Don.
Hang on, Terry.
You need to hold that.
Don, please stop talking. All right, I can't be here because I'm busy doing like stuff that could potentially help all of us right here.
Wait, it will change the world. The project will change the world.
All of us.
I've seen it.
Bro is building a nuclear bomb. What do you mean it's going to change all of us? What's going on there?
We've got Oppenheimer of the 21st century here with us.
David Heimer.
But every time I go like, do you know what? Let me watch a little clip on the Clips channel. Every time it's about Chelsea, it's you going, oh yeah, if we win this game, we're back in it. And if we lose it, we're in a crisis. Why is it so hyperbolic, bro?
We should have won today, bro. We should have won today.
This guy's so shameless, bro.
KJ knows this, yeah? Our team is full of young players. And the one thing I hate is young players, bro. We've got 8 of them just chilling, right? And you're expecting consistency. Why? What's wrong with you, bro? What's wrong with you?
No. Listen, if you don't expect the team that we've got right now, yeah, to go to this United team right now, that's everything that's going on and off the pitch. Your standards have dropped.
Done.
Or maybe our standards are realistic.
That wasn't even a decent performance. At least put up a performance if you're going to lose. At least put up a performance if you're going to lose.
Just realistic, bro. They're all young players, yeah? For every 2 games a young player has, one of them, the next one is bad, all right? So if they play 3 good games in a row where we nick draws against City and Arsenal and Spurs, you best believe when it comes to United, they're going to play badly. They're young. It's inherent,
bro. You haven't beat us in 10 years at home, and you thought that wasn't going to play a part, bro. I was so confident of that game, bro. I was going to the game. I bought a ticket to the game. I should have been there. That's how much I trusted.
Let's gut him for you. C here, he's a City fan, says, yeah, Poch has to go at some point. He's not the long-term solution. With poor players, selections, no tactical plan, Poch out incoming. Is what C says. A big winning performance tonight. Big up yourself, Ray. Hope you're well, brother. Joel here says Arteta showed Emery how to nullify City. Making it about you. Chelsea Twitter hurts the gods. Shocking performance. Couldn't pass to their own players.
This is my point. These are the basics of the game, David. You can't tell me that.
So how do you say we deserve to win the game then?
Hold on. No, I'm not, bro. I didn't say we deserve to win the game. I said before
the
game.
They didn't play well.
Won the game.
I said we should have won the game. Yes, as in before the game, I said we should be beating Man United is what I said, right? You can't look at me today and say, oh, we lost this game because of young players when they're struggling to make basic passes. Everyone,
that's a fair thing, bro.
Hold on, no. Let me land my point. Is Sterling young? He kept misplacing passes. Yeah, you had what do you call it? Thiago Silva misplacing passes. Disasi misplacing passes.
Okay, who else is not young after that?
Sanchez misplacing passes. Everyone was doing it, bro. Everyone was doing it.
Yeah, because you got cooked by McTominay.
No one turned up, bro. No one turned up. So let's not try to stick it on the young players. It was everyone again. It was worse than Newcastle, bro.
Where is Hamza? Who's obviously been and gone since his super chat, but yeah, waka waka, Rodri FC. Waka waka. You can actually make that rhyme if you try. I'm not going to sing it though. We robbed City with that Nunes deal. It looks like it right now. He looks fraud at that club. Levi Cool unfit to wear the JT26. Rather fall to the ground than try to attempt to go for a header. Weak. Loudmouth Football, big up yourselves, says United's best performance as per their standards in the league this season. Big up Garnacho, McTominay, Shaw, Delo, Maguire, and Bruno. I'll be honest with you, I agree with that. I'm going to agree with that. There are still things I'd want to see better. We cut the counter-attacks from City in the first half shouldn't have happened. Be more clinical. But I did say to Cage at half-time, it's been our best performance, in my opinion, this season. We're losing. I had a horrible feeling in my gut that because we've done it a lot in the Champions League this year, where we've looked really good, something's gone wrong, and then it falls apart. So I am really proud of the boys. I'm really proud of the manager tonight that they stuck at it. They got better. I mean, how many times in second half did we fade? And we didn't. So yeah,
I actually want to say something on that, Terry. I do want to say something on that because I don't want to sound too positive today because that's not who I am. I'm the lead gunner of my fan base, so I gotta stick to my character, huh? No, but on a real though, the finishing today was actually very poor because another day we actually don't win this game because we've had a lot of examples where we attacked a lot and we don't win. And today would have been one of them. I don't know what's going on in training, but I think these guys need finishing drills because every time in front of goal, the wrong decision was being made. And crosses, oh my Lord, the crossing, not a single person can cross a ball in this team. The one time we actually got one good cross, McTominay scored off the header. Every other cross was either overhit or it doesn't beat the first man.
Two good crosses or pullbacks led to goals, but I think that they do need drills, but it's about confidence. And there is a panic in the Man United players when they're in those positions because of the pressure we're under. What's mad about this season, before we move on, is we actually have one more point now than at this stage last year, which is it's a madness. It's a madness.
Oh, okay, yeah, go on. Dave.
Sorry, coincidence. You play well when Rashford's dropped.
Yeah, that's not the issue here. Let's just be honest here.
We've had bad games when he's been out of the team prior, but listen, I'm just glad we won well today. This here says most dominant performance against Pep I've seen in years. Andreas Meginesta, I like that tonight. Villa scare me, Terry. Thought they're just having Rice gives me confidence. Listen, bro, 100%. I haven't seen a team do that to City in a long time. I haven't seen a team do it to a Pep side in a long time. They dominated, not the ball, they had 3% less than City, but 6-7% less. But they dominated every facet of the game that bloody matters.
You know what, Terry? I'm not going to act like I watched the City game because after the Liverpool game, I put it on the United and Chelsea one. But every time, it was kind of in the background. Every time I looked at the game, they were pinned back. I've never seen City part the bus like that. They were just pinned back. I was like, is this really Man City I'm watching right now?
And they hit the post and everything. They had so many chances.
I'm going to praise Chelsea here. Now, this could just be... I'd love to get your view on this, V. Chelsea were the first team in a while, and I'm just going back to your results here because I want to make sure they're the ones I'm thinking of. Yeah, it was Chelsea 4-4. Chelsea were the first team in a while that I've seen just go, screw it, we're going to attack City. And they scored 4 goals. And then Leipzig, they did it on the counter and they scored goals. Liverpool, it was a low-scoring game, but Liverpool did it. And then Spurs just did it. Like when they had the opportunity to, they attacked you. Villa tonight, when they had the opportunity, they attacked. Do you feel that teams are growing in confidence in terms of attacking you a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I would even go even further back, that Wolves game, because they were relentless as well. And it's different when you look at that midfield and you don't see KDB, and in some of those games you don't see Rodri. Like it's different. And I think they smell blood. They're like, City's not City with the players that are on that pitch. And I'm looking at who they might bring on that bench. No, we're gonna go after them. And Unai did his thing in terms of his starting 11. And even the players he brought on, he was still attacking us. So no, man, I got to tip my hat. They played extremely well. We're not at the level.
It reminds me of, if anyone watches boxing, you'll know that when Tyson Fury first fought Deontay Wilder, he spent 11 and a half rounds jabbing and moving, and just like winning points. He got nearly knocked unconscious in the 12th and then just went, I'm going to go for broke, and put pressure on him and actually won the rest of the round, even though you would lose around 10-8. He was brilliant. And then at the start of the next fight, he realized the best thing to do to Deontay Wilder is get on top of him. And this just reminds me of that. It's almost like teams are saying, we're probably going to lose anyway, so we might as well attack. But you've just got to do it in a calculated way where you're not leaving yourselves exposed. And look, I'm sure Pep is going to watch the video footage of these games, and he'll like he did last year, he'll adjust and he'll change, and City will be back to being a very hard team to get beyond and penetrate. But you only conceded 1 goal tonight, but it should have been 4 or 5. And that would suddenly be something like that. You almost were at a point where in the last 5 games, you could have conceded nearly 15 goals if they buried some of those easy chances, and it needs to be addressed.
I think that was so good about City over the years, is that only Liverpool really could do this over the years, but it was because City, what they want is control. They want control. What they hated was running towards their own goal. They hated actually defending. So they will just keep the ball, pass you to death, keep the ball,
the thing is,
pass you to death.
The thing is, right now, what we used to do also is like we defend by holding that possession, and we don't have that control in the midfield with the players that we even acquired in the summer or that are available now. So this is the tinkering that I'm talking about. I get it, Pep's got to do it, but we're not even making lives easier for ourselves by taking the air out of the ball, passing amongst ourselves. We're getting constantly pressed because we don't have the quality right now.
Yeah, no, listen, I think you make a lot of sense there, mate.
You know,
there might be some more super.
Sorry, that Mudryk super chat was quite funny. I can't lie.
Yeah, I know. Terry, please. I hope you will have Kate. I mean, Kate is all that. Everything gets put in the group chat, so yeah, she's welcome to come on whenever she likes. She's part of the Football Terrace family. So, Arsenal needs a lot of luck and concentration this weekend. What a game as well. I know there's no Villa or Gunners here, but what a game that's going to be Saturday 5:30. I think the world is going to be tuning into that one.
I can represent the villains today. Oh, hey, they're going to cook them, innit? Big up the Bummy boys, man. Let's go.
See, KJ is dangerous after a win. He's usually very humble. Today, he feels like a win, so he wants to talk.
I got smacked for United, but we'll talk about that later, innit?
That's another day. Is that the words to the song?
Yeah.
Waka waka. Sorry,
yeah, man ain't singing that. I'm too old, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Although
your dyslexia was going crazy.
There's a song that's out at the moment, which is all about getting wet and all sort of weird stuff. My 5-year-old daughter was singing it, and I'm like, no. She has no idea what the words mean. It's by
Sexy Red.
Tyler.
Yeah,
the water. He's singing it. I'm like, she obviously has no understanding of what the words mean.
I'm like, that water, yeah? Don, you drinking that water?
I'm like, no, fire! She's like,
yeah, Don, you drink that water, Don. You drink that water.
My head is
do that, Freya.
Yeah, Don needs to cool down. Don needs to cool down.
You drink that water and stop talking, Don, yeah.
This is Terry. I think we're cursed every time we get a chance to move above 10th. We lose horribly. Like, how many times have you seen Chelsea's passing been this bad? It is true. It reminds me of like Man United under Ollie, where we're like, we can go into 4th or we can go one place higher, and no matter what happened, we'd always lose. Bald is best back 10 Heisenberg today. Yes, today I'm going to celebrate, and I don't do agendas. Poch's tactics are trash. His ham days, Tottenham. Do you mean Tottenham? His ham days are still were a flash in the pan. Emery at Chelsea would be scary. Can't wait to face the villains. Come on, you gooners. That's from Diego.
But it's causing a lot of those problems himself. He's playing guys out of position, and his in-game management was poor today, bro. Like, he's causing that himself.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I begged Don to stop showing chest before this game. Instead of expressing, he expressed happiness that our best midfielder got suspended. You deserve this pain.
No, I don't deserve no pain, yeah, because
Man United, you didn't want to listen, bro.
Hold on, no.
You didn't want to listen, bro.
I don't deserve no pain, yeah. We need to move up the table. Like I said, before the game was what, 10th? If we beat United, we would have been 2 points behind them. United have got a lot of shit going on. That performance was unacceptable, and that's not on me. That's on them.
Bro, look, bro.
They need to fix up.
He messaged me saying we got pressers, bro. You messaged me, bro. I was sitting at peace in my home, and this guy's messaging me.
Staffy, we've literally just sat here for about an hour and a half, and we've spoken about how bad the basic passing was. It was so bad. Even Sterling, bro, for Jackson's, he could have got an assist for Jackson. The guy played it like 2 seconds earlier. Literally today, he played like a 17-year-old. Honestly, it was so bad, bro.
there's
You
a
know what's
question for
worse
you,
as
Dom.
well? On another day, like if the execution was better, not with us, with another team, United could have had that many chances and lost, which is crazy to say, right?
Yeah.
No, it's true. Someone put the XG up. The XG was like 4.6 to Man United and 1.5 to Chelsea today. Charles here says, would Don still take Mudryk over Martinelli?
Bro, it was an off day for Mudryk today.
Oh,
But
listen.
he hasn't played like that every day.
Don,
He hasn't played like that every week.
Yes
bro.
or no?
What?
Yes
You know
or
what I
no?
mean?
Yes or no? Yes or
No,
no?
hold on. This is what people are doing. People are twisting things. I've already explained this. Martinelli is better than Mudryk. There is no debate. Yeah, but like I've said, Mudryk is up and down. I've seen him have better games than today.
I will say
Today
about
he was
Mudryk-
crap. He was crap today, bro.
Even today, I saw it. When this guy clicks, I don't know what needs to click in his brain, but when this guy clicks, I can see it, bro. I can
Yeah, like you can see the ability, bro. You can see it. But today he was bad. bro.
Yeah, I can see the ability, but I still wouldn't be taking him over Martinelli.
That first 15 minutes, 2 goals he could have had an influence on, because when the Liverpool game was at half time, I watched the first 15 minutes of your game. He should have scored the first chance that hit the post or off of Nana. And then he was driving through the middle. He just had to square it. I think it was Sterling to his right.
It was
and you could have been
4-2 and he
2-1.
couldn't pick a pass.
He could have been-
I just wish, do you know what I wish? I wish Anthony had his pace, and then Anthony just wouldn't bottle so many situations that he's in.
Because he's got right foot as well, and his right foot.
Yeah, like Anthony plays like he's got one leg. It's so mad.
By the way,
bro.
was that Anthony's best game for United this year?
Do you know what? Probably, but do you know what annoys me? Like he acts like Oscar Pistorius. He acts like he ain't got all these legs. It's mad. Like, use your right leg, bruv. 5 wins in 15 for Chelsea. The simple fact is, if Arsenal Liverpool went through this, we would be cooked. 220 million midfield guys. Igal was right about Enzo. Thank you, Akil.
It's not Enzo's fault.
If you are going to win the league this season, have to finish above Liverpool. Van Dijk, what a player! Captain's performance. Trent with an assist, clean sheet. I will say this as well. A lot of people were DMing me. What did you think of the Van Dijk goal? First of all, great volley. It was not a foul in the build-up. In fact, though, about 5 minutes later, Liverpool should have had a penalty for a pull on Gakpo that wasn't given, and we haven't really got around speaking about that, but because it won't get spoken about because they won. But yeah, no foul on that at all. This here says, Don the man, you told us your midfield was better than Arsenal's. Your football knowledge is receding like your hairline with every Chelsea loss.
My hairline is intact, my bro. Yeah, no black spray over here.
The hairline looks good.
It's intact, my bro. Yeah.
Jason here says, United a mess. Chelsea is chaos. Box of chocolates match. Villa incredible. Where's Big Steve now? Guna. Looking forward to the game at Villa Park.
I beg you come to Brom and get 3 points. I beg you come to Brom and get 3 points.
Can you imagine if Arsenal beat them on Saturday? I think you guys do realize what the gas levels are going to be like across socials, right? You do realize it's going to be carnage.
The terrace is hitting new heights.
Yeah, but you know what the beauty of it is?
Tonight was our biggest ever Man United match reaction. 11,500 we got up to, which is a madness for a win. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's tuned in. Mad numbers.
Damn, I cooked you on that high level. That's crazy.
The more excited Arsenal fans get, the sweeter it's going to be when they bottle it again.
No, they need to.
The sweeter it's going to be. Like,
no, they're going to do it, man.
Voila, man.
I'm gonna have to
crazy. This embarrassing Chelsea entered Arsenal's stream after we won. That's what's crazy. Like, yeah, they did well. Ches did last night. Look at your team. We're not the same. As for the City fan who entered, ha ha ha. Debbie's here, says, I'm mad at my club, like City, but Villa, screw you, Chelsea.
Wait, is it Debbie Barca?
Debbie's a lady of the night when it comes to football.
Van der Gold, bro. Van der Gold. 400 million midfield just to accept mid-table positions. Chelsea has a long way to go before they can taste being in the top 6. Good luck to y'all.
Hey, I thought Nkunku's going to come in and fix this, apparently.
I need to see Poch out in the media now. He's trash. You won't get that.
Yeah, where's his grilling from Carragher and flipping Neville, bruv? Where's their interview after 2 games with Poch, bruv? Like, the standards are, I'm telling you, the standards are different.
Do you agree with this Super Chat, Liverpool fans? Van Dijk is back to being the best in the business defensively?
He's up there with Saliba.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Him and Saliba.
Right now, definitely. Debbie says, big cats to Diego. I'll call Neymar for you. Saudi Pro League, here will you come? Big Cass might be on his way. All Chelsea fans on this panel were underplaying Gallagher's importance to the team. Off the ball work, get it through your thick heads. This isn't FIFA. Oh,
again.
So
we were sloppy on the ball. What does that got to do with Gallagher? Gallagher wouldn't have helped us on the ball today.
No, Don, but you need to understand this guy.
That.
But Don, how many big performances he had for you in big games this season? After the City game, people praised him. After the Liverpool game, people praised him.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. We didn't lose this game because we didn't have Gallagher today.
No, bro. But you don't. You need to understand. I'm telling you, if you had him today,
that's an excuse.
Guys. I understand that the passing was poor.
Staffy,
One second.
Answer my question. If we have Gallagher in midfield, do we win today? Yes or no?
Bro, that's subjective, bro. I don't know.
Exactly.
We go there.
No. Wait. It's not a yes or no question, bro. I'll tell you why. Just hear me out. Hear me out. You know why it's not a yes or no answer? Because he is not a goal scorer, as an example, where I could look at you and be like, oh, if you had this goal scorer on today, he would have scored this chance to make it 2-2 or scored that chance to make it 3-2. The reason I'm talking about his importance is because your game plan without him involves no press. He is the best one you have in that midfield on the press. If you press higher up the pitch, you don't need to have to worry about sitting deep and not being able to pass. I agree with Don when it comes to the sloppiness of the passing, but you play higher up the pitch. We get less time on the ball if Gallagher is there. That changes everything.
Pressing Man United and working us hard, having better athletes. It's our kryptonite. Teams with lesser midfielders than yours run through us. Joshua Loveless here. Long time no see, Josh. He says, how it's been a year and we are still not talking about Enzo's lack of ability to influence games. Offensively and defensively, he offers nothing, is what Joshua believes in.
When did
that's a lie. That's a lie because
January.
I remember last year when we played when we lost to United at Old Trafford 4-1. He was the best player on the pitch, bro. He had a bad
when you lost 4-1.
Yeah, no, we did lose 4-1. We did lose 4-1. You took your chances, Terry, and Fofana had an absolute stinker that game. But when you remember how many chances we missed, bro? Mudryk right in front of goal, missing chances again. That was not a 4-1 loss. That shouldn't have been a 4-1 loss the way the game went.
All your beatings.
The point I'm making. The point I'm making, KJ, is that people are trying to crash it on Enzo now. Crash it on him. He had a bad game, but don't go like he plays like this weekly because he doesn't, bro. The last game
he could hold that because when Bruno fouled him and he gave him his hand and he turned his hand away, he deserves that.
I see. Yeah, no, but I like that though.
He gets rattled on Old Trafford because last year he tried to fight Sancho. Today he tried to find Bruno, so he can hold that. Every time he comes here, he gets cooked.
Christopher here says, I'm sorry, but for Poch to say after the game, I am not disappointed. The team gave everything. Speaks to how terrible the mentality is at Chelsea under this regime. Yeah, that's really not a good comment from him, Christopher.
But what's he meant to say after this game, though? Like, realistically, it's a young team. We got a game in 4 days. What do you want him to say?
I do get that. I think that you have to you got to get it right. I've got to listen to it. That's a great challenge, actually. I've got to listen to it. I need to hear the tone of his voice, but I hear you. When Arsenal won last night, the City fans came on with chest. It's only Luton, so you guys need to chill. Take that. You can't win without Rodri. What's your next excuse? From Emmanuel. Better not hear the treble winners now complaining about their squad. Foden's still better than Saka. Best manager, no excuses. 22 shots to 22 to 20. I would say this to Gooners, though. I would tease them very little about tonight. You're going to the same place in 4 days time. Football gods are watching. Humbleness gets you through. The gods love humbleness. Do you know what I'm saying? They do. I already played that for you, my bro Robert. Of course, I was going to play that. Hamza, who were you supporting when you were a little boy in the Serie A days live? Was it Man City? Also, stop rinsing the Harrods analogy. Thank you there. That is from Mahamadou. No way we are letting this fraud tell us that his team had a team with 115 charges is inferior in quality to Aston Villa. He got cooked, to be fair. Staffy got him. Hamza must work at IHOP. The waffling, I don't know where that was going then. The waffling needs a gallon of syrup. All these players are complaining about Pep brought them. You brought KP for 50.
Calvin Phillips.
Calvin Phillips for 50 million. Yeah, it's been poor.
Did you notice how when Hamza mentioned the DMs, he left them out? He said, I only have Rodri. But then he mentioned for Arsenal that they have Oneni. Wallahi, have some shame.
Hamza sameness does see Shakira video and then Arsenal win and City lose, plus 5 points to Arsenal. Don't rile the footy gods. You are right. Was Don? It's Audi conveys best regards to Josh.
It's Addy.
It's Addy. Sorry, Addy. He's saying hi to you. I told you yesterday that Aston Villa would wipe the floor with City. I also said Arsenal is win the league. Last season, City had 2 games in hand at this stage. No games in hand this season. It's a good point. Penfold killing it with the waffle. Calling Hamza Penfold. That's funny if you're my age. If you're not, you won't get it. Where's Danger Mouse? You really put out the Arsenal dance, Lord. What people get clipped for on the internet. They love it though, don't they, TikTokers? Rom's got to be one of the most pessimistic Liverpool fans out there. Still a doubter. Shake my head.
I'm just saying, listen, we're challengers, but I'll make us favourites depending on what we do in January. That's all. But we are challenging. We're there.
Favourites for the title. Stop the talk about ifs. If we strengthen in Jan, blah, blah. Right now, who are the favourites? Who has the squad right now? Most likely favourites. I would still say City then, based on all of that. I'll still say City as of right now.
Warren clearly don't like football content because that's what it's about. It's about what ifs.
Hey, I may be a Barca fan, but I'm starting to like Villa. You're do you know what? Debs, if you ever asked me out if you ever wanted to be my girlfriend, I'd really worry that you'd get very bored and go off with somebody else very quickly. You give me them vibes. It's like men that wear other clubs' football shirts. Women don't trust them. That means they cheat. I'm just worried about you, Debs. That's all I'm saying. Listen, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's tuned in today. It's been an epic, long, massive match reaction show. We're back tomorrow with content in the morning and afternoon. I'm not too sure about what yet. I have to wait to see the news. Top 6 show is back tomorrow. I believe it's tomorrow. Is it Friday? Oh, don't worry about it then. No top 6 show tomorrow. Just content for you as ever. Please make sure you hit the like button. Please make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace. And I do think we deserve one more rendition of my favorite song of the moment. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again soon.
If you lose to Man United, will you say you're in a crisis then?
If we lose to Man United, someone upstairs is getting us a serious backhand, bro. I'm telling you, because there's no way we should be losing to you lot.
So will you be in a crisis then?
If we lose to United, we're in a fucking crisis.
Okay.
Oh, Chelsea, what's a win? In blue we stand, united we rise. The Banthas they throw, we are rising again. No matter the cost, give us a win, give us a win. In blue we stand, united we rise. No more defeats, let's break down these doors. Justice rising up, we will stand tall. Together we fight, we conquer all.
If we lose to United, we're in a fucking crisis.